Hi, this is Korinne Carpino from Korinne Carpino Art, and today I'm going to be working on Grafix Dura-Bright Opaque Black Mixed Media Surface. This is great for metallic and opaque mediums, acrylics, colored pencils and markers, and alcohol inks. It is non-staining, heat-tolerant, heavyweight, and most important for alcohol inks, non-absorbent. And you can paint on both sides of the paper. Today I'll be using Ranger ink, some paint brushes, alcoholic blending solution, and some canned air. I love how the inks slide across the paper and create a really dramatic look by using the white ink and the canned air. If I want to do a little cleanup, I can just remove ink with a little bit of alcohol. I've sketched in where my vase will go on my tabletop, and I'm just adding a little bit of ink for the water. And then I'm just going to use this white ink and add some stems. I'll add some color to the stems with green Ranger inks. And I'll add some centers to the flowers. Next, I'm going to add some stems, maybe some pine cones, and some greenery to my little bouquet. I love how the colored ink on top of the white ink makes this painting so dramatic against the black background. This paper really makes it easy to layer my inks as well. I can add ink over my dried ink in layers and just create some beautiful depth on the black background. The trick to layering the inks is to put them in a palette, let the alcohol evaporate out of them, and just use a damp brush to pick up a little bit of the ink from the palette, and that fairly dry ink will lay on top of the ink that you placed down previously. It also allows for these nice thin lines to be drawn. So now let's add some berries to our arrangement. And first I'll put down the white ink and I'll let that dry. And then I'll go into my palette and get a little bit of that red ink and just lay it right on top of the white. And as long as it's dry enough, it won't mix with the white and create pink. I want to add a little bit of texture to these berries, so I can take a damp brush, touch the tip of it to the berry, and it will push the ink back so I can see a little bit of the black paper right through them. Okay, let's start our tabletop. And so I'll use a brush and some white ink and add a little bit of sepia colored ink to that. We'll create our shadows and bring some of that red from the top of the painting down. Now I'm just going to clean up my lines around my vase. And I can come right back in, as you saw with the Q-tip, and fix my lines. I'll add a little bit of white ink over that blue that I put on before to give the sense that there is some water in our vase and a little texture. I'll add a little bit of white ink to the table and then use a Sharpie marker, which is alcohol ink, and just add some centers to these flowers. I'm then going to just splatter a little bit of the white ink around the background and give this a really festive look. And then come into the centers of some of these berries with a little bit of white Posca pen. This is an acrylic ink pen. And I'm also going to add a few accents here and there to the pine cones with the white pen. and just create a little bit more depth in the cone. And there you have it, a simple little project using Grafix Dura-Bright black paper and alcohol inks.